Okay, so first off, I want to give credit to one of my classmates, Geralio, for coming up with a great name for my story, Playing Chicken with the Bird. So this happened last summer. I was working at Highland Mall at a summer camp. For those of you who don't know what Highland Mall is, I wouldn't recommend you check it out. It's this mall in Austin, Texas. It's a mall, but it's basically dead now from gang activity and the resulting loss of customers. There are complete stores that are empty, and a whole wing of it has been turned into ACC. So my summer camp was renting out this room of the mall, and I had been promoted this year. I had a new job. I was in charge of making sure that all the supplies got in and out of the camp. That meant that I was in charge of snacks. That meant I was in charge of sometimes even getting people to the camp if they missed their ride or if they missed the bus. And so I was pretty important. And it felt great because I had been given all of this power, and they were relying on me to make sure that the camp ran smoothly. So it was one of the first days, and I was there early like I was supposed to be, and it was me and my boss and 2 other counselors, and we were starving. So we all pile into my car, and we're going to get donuts, because it's my job to get supplies anyway. I'll drive them there. So we're all in my car, we're starving, we're getting donuts, and I'm driving in this empty parking lot. And there are no cars. I don't see a single car because the mall's dead. There's no customers, there's no one there. And on top of that, it's like 7 in the morning. So if you're going to go to a dead mall, you're not going to go at 7 in the morning. So I'm driving in this parking lot, and I run a stop sign. And everyone in the car gets on to me about it. You ran a stop sign, what are you doing? You gotta follow the rules. And I look around the parking lot, and I look into the back of my car, and I stop, and I'm like, why? So I start putting on a show. I'm speeding in this parking lot, I'm going through all the lanes, I'm doing donuts, and finally, I see my chance for my grand finale. Everyone's excited, everyone's having a blast. And I see this bird in the middle of the road, and I go, I'm going to run over that bird! And everyone loves it. Everyone's whooping, everyone's cheering, and I hit the accelerator, and I'm charging this bird, and I'm getting really close to this bird, and the bird's not moving. So I slam on the brakes, everyone jumps forward, hits their head on the back of my seats, and they start grumbling. What are you doing, Mikayla? You need to go forward. Just inch forward, the bird will move. Inch forward, the bird will move. Now, I've told this story a couple times to some of my friends, and I'm always asked, why didn't you just reverse? Unfortunately, I didn't think about this at the time. I was being told to inch forward, so that's what I was doing. I was creeping forward. Couldn't see the bird, but I knew in my heart that it had to move. I was creeping forward. The bird had to move. It couldn't be that dumb. The bird was dead. My car had run over the bird. Later, I would find little pieces of feather and bone on my tire. That would really freak me out. But at this time, everyone in my car burst out laughing. This was the most hysterical thing that could have possibly happened. And I burst out crying. Now, I was crying for a couple of reasons. The first reason is I cry. It's kind of my thing. The second reason being I had just run over this bird. The bird was dead, and it was my doing, and that felt bad. And then the third reason was that when I first heard that crunch, I envisioned it as a camper, and that felt awful. I thought about it, and I had been given a lot of responsibility this summer. I was supposed to bring in the snacks. I was supposed to take care of these campers. I'm not supposed to run over birds. And it wasn't just my life I was supposed to be taking care of, because do we ever really have complete control of our lives? We have some. But what I did in my life would affect those around me. And what I did in my life would affect my campers, it would affect my coworkers, it would affect my boss, who was in the seat seeing me cry, and most importantly, it would affect birds in the middle of the road. So I composed myself, I bring it together. I try to soak up my tears. It's very slowly that I do this, but it happens. And I put the car back in drive, and on the way to the donut store, I follow every single pointless rule.